welcome to another episode of The Gringo Show. It's a very special episode. It is our 50th show, if you can believe it. 50 shows. My producers told me I could either have a party or a boob job, and I chose neither. No time to party, there's so much going on. Let's get to it. The World Justice Project placed Mexico 135th of the most corrupt countries out of 139 countries surveyed, beating out only Uganda, Cameroon, Cambodia, and the Congo. This is ridiculous, and corruption should be eliminated. Hey, what happened to the lights? Can someone give 500 pesos to the CFE guy to turn on the lights? I forgot to pay the bill. That was easy. The United States is at number 27, and Jim Bob from Kalamazoo, Michigan, who constantly tells the guys at the Chinese restaurant that America is the best country in the world, well, think again. But Mexico is about to take the presidency of the UN Security Council next month for a 1-month term. AMLO plans to be at the council meeting when this happens and plans to speak precisely and ironically about corruption.
Y voy a participar en una reunión en la ONU. Voy a hablar de lo que considero el principal problema del mundo, la corrupción que produce desigualdad.
AMLO plans to drive to New York in the family's Volkswagen and has told the UN to make sure his chair is old and has lots of holes on it. Speaking of AMLO, he was supposed to go to the Senate last week to award the Belisario Dominguez Medal to 90-year-old senator and economist Eugenia Martinez. The medal is the highest honor awarded by the Mexican Senate for a distinguished career of service to the country. AMLO decided not to attend the ceremony because he was offended by a senator, Lili Tellez. Tellez is a former member of AMLO's Morena party, but switched to the opposition PAN because she is an ardent opponent of abortion. She's been insulting him on Twitter, and he felt disrespected. And I get it. When I was 16, this kid at school was like talking shit about me, and I knew he was gonna be at this party I was invited to, and I was like, I don't wanna go. And that's that. John Kerry, former senator, presidential candidate who lost to George Bush in 2004, and is also married to the Heinz ketchup heiress. And I was wondering if he gets free ketchup and hates mustard. Maybe. Is now in charge of climate change policy in the Biden administration and traveled to Tabasco this week to discuss the environment with President Andrés Manuel López Obrador. He's the 4th high-ranking American official to come to Mexico and riding the new trend of Americans who think Mexico is super cool. Like, hey, Biden, you should go to Mexico. They have great tortas. I just want to give some tips to the former Secretary of State to make sure he chows down on tacos with the big-mouthed Pele Lagarto, and to remember that if he stops in Villahermosa, that it's not either a villa nor is it hermosa. I also want to make sure Kerry doesn't mention solar or wind power, because as AMLO ally and CFA director Manuel Bartlett mentioned, there's no sun at night, and sometimes it's not windy.
Muy simples. Hay energía eólica, esta de los reiletes estos, ¿verdad? Hay energía eólica cuando hay viento. Cuando no hay viento, no hay energía. Y hay energía solar cuando hay sol. La mitad del día no hay sol, en la noche, ¿verdad? Y luego una nube o un norte o un mal tiempo, pues hace que no haya energía solar.
I would recommend a great webinar or masterclass on the function and operation of the battery. Just recommending for you. There's batteries that solar power charges up or something. The Mexican Senate this week approved the new economic package that includes new tax reforms. The ruling party assured the law does not include any new taxes and also includes a provision that anyone over the age of 18 are required to register for a tax ID or RFC even if they're not working. Also, the reform will limit the amount of money that people can deduct from their taxes through donations to the nonprofit sector, which critics argue will be a disaster for organizations like the Red Cross, and my personal favorite, Citizens for the Protection of the Flour Tortilla in Mexico City, otherwise known as CPFT. I should have the right to fresh flour tortillas in any taqueria. I hate you, Tia Rosa. Well, not you, Tia Rosa, that watches the show every week, but you, Tia Rosa, making those tortillas. It's an abomination. Morena is advocating for fairer payment of taxes and what they believe is rich companies and people using loopholes to evade it. And the opposition is alleging that the ruling party is anti-business and once again not offering any stimulus to help job growth and companies that have suffered during the pandemic. But just Tuesday night, things got really tense in the National Chamber of Deputies. First, Morena representative and transgendered representative Maria Clemente Garcia switched her support to the opposition because she shared that she is HIV positive and relies on the civil associations to stay alive, and proposed to delay the vote on the civil associations for at least 1 year. Then the speaker denied the request to put that for a vote. In order to make sure no one could get to the microphone to talk about it, Morena legislators blocked the dais, and 2 members of the opposition PAN tried to climb it, pushing and shoving. It was like a lucha libre, minus any Japanese or midget wrestlers. And finally, in the small town of Villa de Etla in the state of Oaxaca, the owner of the Los Reyes Etla Creamery passed away last week. So as part of the funeral procession, one of his employees decided to remember him by dressing up as a ball of queso Oaxaca. First of all, I was and still maybe am planning to dress up as a ball of queso Oaxaca for Halloween. I mean, it's such a beautiful gift from the universe. Not only can you eat it, but you can fix windows with it, use it as a belt or even a condom if you're ready to jump, but don't have a parachute. Maybe you can even use it as a parachute. I haven't tried it, but if you do, let me know how it goes. And now you can dress up in queso Oaxaca at funerals. That does it for this edition of The Gringo Show. If you love us, please share it. Follow us on Facebook or YouTube. We have an episode each week so you can know what's happening right here in Mexico. Until then, thanks for tuning in and see you next week.
Pinche gringo, Mexico is laughing thanks to you.